All right. Good day, everyone. My name is Uche Namdi Nicholas. I am an IT professional, a teacher, and I code also. All right. Enough of that introduction. I'm sure you guys know me already. Okay. So today we're continuing with the just concluded WAEC Computer Studies 2020 paper 3, which is the practical part of it. So I have already done a video on paper 1, on question 1 and 2. So I am concluding the video today with question number 3. And question number 3 is on CorelDRAW. Okay. All right. So question number 3 is on CorelDRAW. It's on graphic packages. So the one I have here is CorelDRAW, and that's the one I'm going to use. So which one do you have? Well, mostly around here we all use CorelDRAW. Okay, so using a suitable graphics application, so I'm going to zoom that a little bit. Okay, using a suitable graphic application, draw a square with vertices A, B, C, and D. Assume a reasonable dimension. So it's your choice to take any size that you want, but it has to be a square. All right. So this part is a little tricky. Let me create a new document. Meanwhile, I am using the most recent, that's CorelDRAW 2020. I think it was released sometime in June during the lockdown. Okay, but that's the one I'm using. So let me create a new document. I'll just call that question 3. Question 3. Okay, so I'm going to save it in my folder. Remember that I created a folder earlier on the desktop, so that's where I'm going to keep all of my work. Now every student, it's very important for you to do the same, so I'm going to change the size to A4. Okay, A4. So click on OK. So so I was saying that it is very, very important for you to save all of your work in a particular folder. It's going to help. It's going to help a lot. Okay, so I will save this much later. Should I just do that at once? Okay, I just did Ctrl S. Okay, I can't even remember where I saved it. Oh, so bad. Okay, let me do save as, and then I'm going to drop it to the folder where I kept the rest of the work, which is on my desktop. Sorry, I'm taking much of your time by talking about saving. Okay, so this is the folder I created, and I'm going to save it there. Okay, good. So I have a new document here. So let's go straight to the question. So we have to create a square, yes. So, and then I was saying that this is the tricky part. You know, ordinarily when you go to CorelDRAW, you use the rectangle tool. You use the rectangle tool to draw both rectangles and square. Okay, rectangles and square. Okay, so if I just do this, I will draw in a square. No matter how hard I try, it will be difficult for me to have a perfect square unless I have to go back and start making adjustments on this, on the height and the width, and then sometimes when you adjust the height and the width, you end up having a change in the scale factor. Okay, so the best way to draw a perfect square is to hold your control key down. Okay, remember they say we should use any dimension of our choice. Hold your control key down, click, hold, and drag. It is going to be a perfect square. Okay, a perfect square. All right, so that's that. I'm going to drop now. Okay, so if you notice right there, the same size, the same scale factor, so it's actually a square. Okay, so I've done that, and then we're told to name the vertices A, B, C, and D. So I will start from here. I'll just go to the text tool, click, and then I'll type A, then I'll click again and type B, I'll click again and type C, I'll click again and type D. Okay, now if you notice, I was typing all of mine in capital letters. Why? Because I like to follow the format of the question. If the question says capital letter, I do them in capital letter. I can just possibly increase the font a little bit. Would I be need to do that? Okay, let me leave it at that. So I'll pick, okay, let me go for A first. Pick A, I can drop A there. Pick B. Remember, I have clicked on my pick tool, so I'll click, hold, and drag and drop there as my B. Click my C, hold, drag and drop there as my C. Click, hold, and drag and drop D, and that becomes my vertex D. Okay, so what do I have to do next? I've done question A, 3A. Now B says draw another square of smaller dimension to the right of the square in 3A. To the right of the square in 3A. Smaller dimension to the right of the square, such that the upper edge of the square will align with the lower edge of the square in 3A. So this is what we're supposed to do. I can just control D this if I want. Okay, I can control D this and just control D means to duplicate, please, and then reduce this a bit. It will still be scaled equally. Can you see that? Or I can just go ahead to draw a new rectangle, a new square if I want. Okay, so how do we make sure that this thing aligns with this and that? The positioning is key here. Okay, positioning is key. So what position do we have here as our X? What position do we have as our Y? Compare that to the position of this. Okay, X and Y, X and Y. So it is on the Y axis. They must be equal on the Y axis. So what do I have to do? This is my Y, this is my Y. Okay, the bottom has to be equal. Okay, because it has to align. Okay, so a good way would be to quickly draw bring down your ruler a little bit and drop it there, and then you can zoom in to check if they align. If they do not align, you just move this up a little bit to align with it. Good, that's perfect. Can you see that? So that's a very good way of doing it. Alternatively, you can start doing some mathematics to adjust, and that will be a difficult one. So this is a very quick way. Just draw a line or use this ruler, bring it at this level, and then you can align it. Okay, now you can return your ruler if you want. I think I want to return my ruler, so let me take my ruler back to where it's coming from. Now I will zoom out a little bit, okay, by pressing my F3 on the keyboard. All right, so what should we label the second square? EFGH. So I'll just go to the text tool, click, I'll do E, I'll click again, do F, I'll click again, do G, and then I'll click again, I'll do H. Okay, EFGH. So I can just drop them here, drop them there. I try to follow the format. I started from here and I went around. Okay, no, let me drop. It's ABCD. Sorry, let me go here. Yeah, let me go here so that I know I'm moving clockwise, right? Good. So the same thing, EFGH. So I'm moving clockwise. Okay, in all. Now remember to always save. It is key when you make any changes, do your Ctrl S. For those of you that may be using CorelDRAW 12, there is a peculiar thing with CorelDRAW 12 when you're using your text tool. When you use the text tool and you click and then you want to type, the problem is this: CorelDRAW 12 by default will pick one font. I'm trying to remember the name of the font. Something Casio, Adobe Casio, something. Okay, now by default that one does not appear, is not visible on the screen. but yet it is there. When you print your job, it will appear, but ordinarily you won't see it. So if you're using CorelDRAW 12, please endeavor to change the font so that whatever you're typing can appear. Is that okay? Thank you. Okay, where are we? All right, so see, using freehand to join the vertices A to E, B to F. So let's do A to E, B to F, A to E, B to F. So A to E, B to F. So where is the freehand tool? That is the freehand tool. For those of you using CorelDRAW 12, you will still find it there. You still find it there. Yes, it's still around here. Freehand tool. Just move your mouse pointer across, hover your mouse pointer across, and the name of the tool is going to appear. And meanwhile, there are sub tools under it. Okay, so just move around and see, especially the ones that have this little black spot under there. Good. Okay, so I've gotten the freehand tool, and I'm going to join A to E. So I'll just click once and remove my hand, and just move the mouse to E, and I'll drop. I've drawn a straight line. I will also join which one? B to F. B to F, so I'm picking B, drop to F. What else? I'll pick C to G, C to G, and I drop, and then I think this should join this D to H. Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to have. No, D to H, yeah? Yes, D to H. Good. Now, there is something I noticed during the examination. I need to mention this. Some students were actually they actually aligned this box to close to this box. So at the point where they were asking them to find the distance, at this point they were wondering what to do next. So the key to that question, on seeing this very question, I just knew that they were not supposed to be that close. It was just to align. It does not mean it must touch. It must not touch, just to align. All right, that is, this bottom of this should align to the top of this. Doesn't mean they must touch. Okay, let's move forward. Where are we? Now, also join the midpoint of the edge AB to the midpoint of the edge BC. AB to BC. AB to BC. So I'll go back to my freehand to AB midpoint. You just calculate. Good. Can you see it? It is appearing as midpoint. AB towards BC. AB to BC, to this midpoint. It will just show you. Can you see there? Good. AB to, okay, AB to BC. Which one again? Midpoint of the edge BC to the midpoint of the edge CD. BC to CD. BC to CD. BC, which is this, BC to CD midpoint. BC to CD midpoint. Okay, what else? BC to CD. Sorry, midpoint. Okay, CD to midpoint DA. CD to DA. That's CD to DA. The midpoint is going to show. So you just move until it shows. Okay, and then you click. All right. So what else? I think we are supposed to join this to that too. Okay, and then lastly we have a midpoint of DA to the midpoint of AB. So we'll have DA to AB. Then I'll drop. Good. So we've succeeded in doing that. Now notice I went back to my pick tool. It is very important to always, when you finish one thing, you go back to your pick tool, because when you are clicking and dragging or moving objects with a different tool other than the pick tool, you will have yourself in trouble. You're going to have funny things appearing on your screen that you don't want, and most times students find it very difficult to get away from there. That's why they like to complain about CorelDRAW. Just to follow simple rules, okay, and you'll be fine. Okay, where are we? D says measure the distance from the vertex C to vertex E and type the value above a dotted line midway between the 2 points. So we're measuring the distance between C to E. Now this distance will vary from student to student. You can't have the same distance across board. If you do, then it's going to look like a copied work. So we're measuring from here to there. How do we do that? Let me zoom in a little bit so that I can see what I'm doing. Sorry, there's power outage right now, but in case you don't see my face clearly, but it still won't affect our work. Okay, because I'm using a laptop, so there's battery power. Okay, so I'll still use the freehand tool. I'll pick from here and then I'll drop to that point. Good. So this is the distance they want me to calculate for them. So how do I calculate the distance? I'll just come here, and this is the distance, the length, object size. So you go to the property bar, you're going to see it, excuse me, so which is this in millimeter. You can equally change this if you want it changed to inches. Okay, where is that? There should be a place somewhere here that we can easily change. So let me go to the pick tool, please. Okay, good. So I can change this to inches if I want to. Okay, so this is the value in inches, 1.7. Not this is the width of this very line. We're talking about the height, the length of the line, which is the distance between vertex C to vertex E. So I can just copy this, okay, as the distance, and then I'll come out. What's the next thing? I'll now come here so that I can make this place a dotted line. Now you can just look up here. You would see line style. I can make a dotted line this way. I can choose this one, anyone I like to choose, but I want something that is visible when I print it out. Is this okay? Is this okay? Okay, this looks good. So I'll just go to my pick tool, click, drop there, and I'll paste, and then I'll do inches. Inches. Let me spell that in small letters. Inches. Then I'll click. This looks quite big, but it's not that big. I just want it to fit into that line. Okay, so everybody's distance will not be the same. Definitely will not be the same. All right, so that's basically the work. Let's see what else they want us to do. We've done that. Fill square EFGH with a color of your choice. EFGH. So I'll zoom out again by pressing my F3 again. All right, guys, the light is back now, so I believe you all can see my face clearly now. Okay, so EFGH with any color of your choice. So you go through the color palette here, any color of your choice. Well, this color thing will work easily if schools have colored printers, but really these days nobody would want to print with a colored printer. They would prefer a black and white printer. It saves a lot of cost. Okay, all right, so regardless of the color you choose, you just see a gray color appearing when printed. That is if you're using a black and a black printer. Okay, a black ink printer, one color printer, monochrome. You get it? Okay, we've done that. Insert your full name and index number as a footer. Now CorelDRAW, does it have anything called footer? Just drop it somewhere here. Get the text tool, drop, put your name. Please, whenever you're spelling your name, it is important you spell exactly the way it's appearing in your registration. Very important. And then number. Of course, you have your center number with your own number. For instance, if I have a center number this big, Center numbers are usually 7, and then 3 other numbers for the candidate number. So that will make your index number. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I can just add 001. I am always the first candidate in my center. Okay, moving forward, I will now go to the text, the pick tool. Okay, so I can just drop this at the bottom. That becomes the footer. I don't think there's any footer issue with CorelDRAW. Just put it at the bottom, basically. Okay, what else? Save your work on the desktop. So you're saving it inside of the folder, so you don't have to wait till this point before you save. Now imagine if I was using a desktop and there was no UPS, no backup power to help me out, like an inverter or so. That means I'm going to lose my job. So it's very important to save your work, especially when you are in a school where you don't trust the power system of the school. Okay, clicks is very key. All right, print your work and submit to the supervisor. Okay, that's for 15 marks. If you did this accordingly, you're supposed to have all the 15 marks. Imagine having 45 marks in the practicals. That means you have to struggle with only 25 marks to have an A. Is it 25 marks or 30 marks? So an A is possible, very, very possible. In fact, my students that I've prepared in some years now, they've been having all A's. Yes, all A's. I'm serious. First set was 15, just 15 of them, they all had A's. The second set, 64 of them, they all had A's as well. Yes, A1, 64 of them, computer studies. And hopefully at this last set, I'm praying that they should also have A's. Okay, that's the prayer. But this one, I'm in a different school now, so I'm testing the ground to see how things work. But I'm believing God that they should have all A's too. It's a record that we must maintain. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me, for watching me. Thank you all. I'll see you around. Lastly, before I go, it is important to group your work. When you're done, go to your pick tool, click on your pick tool. I've already done that. You can see from a mouse pointer. So I'll just select round this way, including this man here. Should I include it? Okay, let me just include it, and then I'll do Ctrl G. So I've grouped my work as one. So when I move any object, all of them move together. Okay, so what they're actually looking at is for us to draw something that looks like a cuboid. Something that looks like a cuboid, a cube. Okay, that will be that for now. Thank you all for listening. Please subscribe. Please like. Please hit the notification button. Please reach out to me if you have anything. If you have any question you want us to handle, I will do this. Like I told you guys, Frank Emeka is the person that contacted me and told me to do this. In fact, earlier before preparing this video, I chatted with him on Facebook. Okay, so hit me up, look me up anywhere, you'll find me. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Message me, comment, I will get your notification. Thank you very much. See you around. Bye.